Meet me outside, meet me outside. Bitcoin, crypto, don't go for a ride. If you're gonna get your surfboard, get a tie. Wall Street Pete, sick dough, crypto. Please don't flip dough. I'm not always right though. I'm not a financial advisor, but just a gentleman wearing a visor. Yeah, it's time to hustle. It's just so simple, I'ma solve this puzzle. And if you didn't know that you're feeling puzzled, it's TA, baby. Come on right over. Got one job, I got 1, 2, 3. I'll take 4 more just for me. I'm buying crypto, I'm buying crypto. I'm dollar cost averaging, don't you know? You buy the dip, you have a sip, take a rip. Call me captain of this shit. I don't give a fuck, my name is Skip. XRP, Cardano, Ethereum. Take that shit right down to the cilium.
Whoa! Wall Street Pete, sick dough in crypto. Want to learn how to make sick dough in crypto? Every day we do a live talking about this crypto space, giving you the crypto news, giving you technical analysis, and our insight of the crypto space. How is everyone doing? I hope you're having a wonderful New Year's Eve, enjoying some maybe time off with some family and friends. We're having a fun little time. Hope everyone is enjoying their time. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Dr. Rainey. Good morning, Sean. Thank you so much for joining the live chat. A little bit of some news. I want to share a little bit of my feelings this New Year's Eve and how I'm happy to be in the crypto space on one of the biggest historical falls. If you're here, well, guess what? You're winning. You know why? Because all of the fun, all of the BS is almost out of here. Hit that like and subscribe. Come to the channel. Hit the bell, all notifications, so we do go live. You can see this gentleman talk about what he feels, and I'm going to reveal it right now. AVAX, Avalanche, will be and has been this past week been my purchase. We'll continue to purchase a little bit dollar cost average, getting heavy at particular points. Perhaps either tonight or Monday. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet. Looking to do a top 8 video. So let me know how you feel about that. I have a top 8 tokens in the crypto atmosphere I believe is going to thrive. We're going to talk about this big news, how this was a launch they spoke about in March, and then we're going to talk about what's going on right now and how 1 year ago, I don't know if anyone remembers or if anyone even knows how to follow, went to the daily, it got that precise, and I wanted to know what was the chart, what was the prices of some of these assets trading 1 year ago today before we did this. So please hit the like and subscribe. You'll find this to be a little bit of an interesting video. Coming into January 2022, 1 year ago, ladies and gentlemen, we are now down 90% for Avalanche. I am a big believer in the project and the people behind this. That's why I always say do your own research. None of this is financial advice. Have a sip by the dip. Obviously, we don't put our eggs in one basket, but Avalanche is somewhere near, I think we've seen before, looking in July 2021. But if you see right here, $110. Now we're trading $10. Obviously, we round up, we'll go 11. That makes more sense, but I like the numbers, right? 10 times gains. Looking at that, perhaps 11 times gains, but no, this is exactly a 10 times gainer. So pay attention, definitely to mention, Avalanche is one of the assets that I'm looking to buy. If you see, there is a little bit of support finally here being built. Nothing promising, but we are back to the old price of a year ago. So there is old support finding old support. That is very interesting. How many times you find that over a year span as much, but in the crypto space, anything is possible. Looking at the total crypto market cap, we are just barely fighting for the 800 billion, going back to 799 billion in the crypto space. Lots and lots of BS going on, I've noticed. What else is new? Looking for a bullish hammer pattern. This is a very bullish, obviously, the name I just said. Bullish reversal pattern. I'm looking for the hammer. That's what we're looking for in the Avalanche. That's what we're going to be looking for in a lot of the crypto assets. So why I was zoomed all the way in is because I was trying to show many people, do we get this bullish hammer coming in? And as you see right here, 8 hours and 13 minutes for the daily candle to replace. Do we get this green price to come all the way and touch back to the $11 and hold? If so, we may be the start of a bullish hammer, taking our price all the way to about $12.88. So if you remember that sort of thing or excited, please hit the like and subscribe. This is what we do. I'm talking about Avalanche price, how Bitcoin can correlate. And if you see, just a year ago, Bitcoin was trading about 45,000 before we switched over and did this dump of about 66%. So big deal. It's lots to talk about here this morning. I want to go over a few things, right? There's some BS going on. What else is new? And just in, yeah, okay. Bitmart platform to list Pi Network, and a lot of you who follow me has started collecting and mining Pi on your phone, right? Just by hitting that little almost of a like button, and then the commercials there give the ads and generate some profits here for the Stanford graduates who created the Pi network, Pi token. This is false information, though. So it's important to follow, do your own research, or pay attention. Pay attention to the date. December 30th, right up above my head there. It's a 1-minute read. Pi Network is aware of reports that several unauthorized third-party exchanges and potential unknown third parties are seeking to list Pi or tokens. I guess that's supporting to be Pi. Oh, purporting to be Pi. Some boarded. Now, let's get into it. I don't want to sit there and keep talking about it, but long story short, they're upset. You could read the headline. They're not approving these listings. Do your own homework, pay a little of attention. That's what's going on. Avalanche addressees are now right around hovering over 4.5 billion. That's pretty exciting users there. So the Avalanche community is growing. You can see it right there on the chart and how it has grown. It's pretty impressive. Let's look at that there again. Coming in all the way from the beginning, speaking of the year, as we're talking about January 22, the beginning. What we did was 1.58, all the way to 4.566. So we're talking about millions here in the Avalanche community. Yes, Avalanche launches 290 incentive program to grow subnets. The 290 million incentive program is aimed to stimulate the growth of scalable chains for supporting DeFi, NFTs, and blockchain gaming on the Avalanche. So once again, Avalanche is a winner. Why I'm a big believer. So this is some of the information. This is some of the things we give to you. The gaming network for crypto is going to be established and to be a huge thing. As we're looking at the chart, we want to get this bullish hammer. So I'm paying attention to what's going on. Look at the daily, look at the 12-month, as we spoke about a couple times, right? The yearly candle. We are hoping, and there can be some volatile waves that's coming this year. But if you pay attention, as we're moving here, we're hoping for a nice little headway move here. Most likely find us back in the 20,000 for Bitcoin. So we'll see 2023, once that starts happening, once we start hitting this peak back from 4 years ago, 2017, there was a peak that it hit all the way up to the 20K. Once we start finding support at the new year for 2023, I do believe that Bitcoin will be on its way to some nice potential gains, and some of the dead and sad bearish days will be over. So please understand, none of this is financial advice. Just a gentleman twice as nice. We got to pay attention to what is happening around us. Watch the charts. There is most likely some red candle to begin this to start happening, right? FUD, scare people, break the pattern. Let's see what happens. Do we break the pattern? That is an excellent question, but I do not think so. By the end of the new year, which is now 8 hours until the new year. I don't know if anyone is paying attention to that, but in 8 hours, ladies and gentlemen, and 10 minutes, we will be celebrating a new 2023 Bitcoin yearly candle. We will be talking about, are we going to the upside? Are we going to proceed to do what we did here? Red candle in 2014. What happened? Well, we got 3 green candles in 3-year consecutive. Then we did 1 year dump, which was horrible in 2018. What did we do? Well, we did the 1, 2, 3 consecutive years to the upside. So there is something going on since Bitcoin was launched, since Bitcoin has been around. You need to pay attention to all of it. Does this mean exactly, Wall Street Pete? Does this mean exactly we will finish green? But I'll tell you right now, we should not see another candle to this significance of depth coming to the downside. So the beginning of the up is coming through the trend here. I am a big believer. When you look at charts and technical analysis, it's hard to do, obviously, on a 12-month. But I will get to a daily, and I'll pay attention to what has been happening. And there's a small chance, as you can see here in 8 hours, I believe we do have some time to fall again, test down a little bit on the RSI levels. But if you do pay attention to this particular RSI level for the daily on Bitcoin, we have been doing nothing but moving to the upside. So the trend right now, if we continue to hold the support, could possibly continue to grow in price. So we'll see what happens. There is a rejection up here coming. If I were to look at this chart just really quick, I'm trying to understand where our rejection price could be. And most likely, I'm looking at it, it's going to be somewhere roughly in the range, and we'll get there in a second. Let me see. Right there. So right now, currently, we're having some problems. If you see, there's a big price coming in, and if you see the ultimate picture here, we're looking at 18,000. So once we break 18,000, the growth to the top here could relatively take us take us to a pretty high number. A lot of people don't believe it. I'm pretty sure you won't believe it, but 29 to 30,000 could be the range of where we could be trading once we believe we hit the bottom here. So Bitcoin, as you can see on this chart, coming down to about, I say about 11.5, 11.5. I've been harping on it for a while. Coming into this big falling wedge, we could possibly repeat to the down price of somewhere around here, which would then be old resistance from 2020 in August. So some of the things to pay attention to, some of the things to keep your eyes peeled for. What we got to do is break above the 18,000 for Bitcoin, and then we would look pretty nice. So this is just what I'm looking to do on a daily. I'm looking to see if we can break the 18.3, come in. What would ultimately be happening here, and people don't see it, is a beautiful upward W, but we could get a rejection that would do this and then give us what we finally are waiting to see. So we'll see what happens. I don't think this is the most likely scenario now. I think the more likely scenario for Bitcoin is to come straight through down now if it's going to come down to this level. So within the next 2 weeks, I would pay attention to this pattern. I would pay attention to the daily for Bitcoin. I think the daily is very important. Let's see what happens here. I got a couple indicators to just fly open. Direct movement index chart. What I see here, this kind of gets me excited. Now, honestly, I've not paid attention to the direct movement index chart in a very long time. And last time I've seen this diamond in here, oh shit, this is a very bullish momentum here. What I need here now is my blue line to come through, buying power, which is what I like to talk about, and this come in. We got a diamond here. Usually I usually prepare myself for some diamonds like that. A small one, and you got some small ones in here. I see them. It's pretty excited. What am I talking about here? Well, usually these are not closed. They're open. If you see right here, this blue line, I don't even want to really talk about it, so I give people headaches. It's an open. There's no closed diamond here. See how it would be closed if this was closed right here? This gap from the orange to the blue, they are not closed. If you look here, well, I have the yellow line that I'm showing you, and this may be something new you're looking at, the direct movement index chart. The DMI is closed. There's a diamond in here closed. There's no gap. So in between here, every time I get my diamonds, I usually get a nice price momentum to the upside. So I'm going to pay attention to that in depth. Very, very, I'm not taking that with a grain of salt. I'm going to really pay attention to that. Let's see here. Looking at the RSI level, like I said, on the daily, the trend is your friend. Well, the trend has been going to the upside, creating new higher lows every time on the RSI. So I'm doing a little longer video than I expected, but this is important because what's happening right now is at 16,000, there seems to be some buying power. There seems to be some holding power. That's interesting. I find that on two indicators. But now I get to the RSI. Now I get to the, now I get to the exponential moving average, okay, with the Bollinger Bands. And as we have proceeded to get here, we're getting nothing but rejections in the band. And that's still the daily. So if anyone's watching or following on TradingView, what did I tell you? Well, I'm looking to get a finished daily candle with the green to look like this. I want it to look like this, right? But I want the meat of the candle to finish like this. So if we could finish like that in the meat of the candle, and this is awful, but we're going to show you in a second what we're talking about. It's the Bullish Hammer. So if you do the Bullish Hammer, right, we just showed you what it was. If we could finish a candle like that with the stem showing like that, right, and you're going to block. This is obviously awful because I can't do it on TradingView. It's a block. It's a candle just like one of these. If that one can finish like that, this is going to be pretty big news, pretty significant bullish divergence. So I see everything happening. I see we're hitting resistance at the exponential moving band, and we can't break above it. As soon as we tried, as you can see, we tried to finish, we couldn't. So with that being said, my 17.7 is more important than that 18 I told you about. So now that we're readjusting, and this is why technical analysis is so important, 17.8 to be precise, I am now going to focus and pay more attention to that price. This is what we're going to be looking for, ladies and gentlemen. For the bullish version, for the bullish side here, as I see, we're still getting downward, spiking to the downward momentum here. I don't like it. Can't really do much about it, but what are we going to do to prepare you? I'm still doing Bitcoin, and then we're going to get ready to go. Right here, as you can see, it's pretty clear as day. It's pretty clear as day. There is a resistance flip at the 16.5. So, at the 16.5, I'm going to make it a different color, just so you can pay attention how important. Pink, right? Nobody really likes wonders why the hell something's pink. Well, it's pink for a reason. Pay attention to it. We don't want to fall below this price, or we are going to see that 11.5 much so. So I want to see what happens here. This is the end of the New Year candle. What is this? The daily. So the rest of the daily, I want to see a bullish hammer. Do we have an example of a bullish hammer on here? Let's get rid of the indicators and see if we can find one. See if we can find one. Something similar to like that, as you can see here. 2 candles in a row, 2 dailies, and then the bullish kind of situation, but it's usually a little more to the top peak here on here. I don't know if you can see it. I'll zoom in and show you, but I want to get a better one. Here it is, and it's usually green when this happens. Okay, there it is. Same one here, but it usually finishes green. Now, this is a daily. It probably finished better on a weekly or something. But if you pay attention to this right here, it's usually the bullish hammer they're talking about. That's about where you want to get in. And that's not financial advice. This is a gentleman being twice as nice. This is what I look for. So this is some of the things I look for. I look in the indicators. Obviously, I get some strong ones here. This is not the one we always go for, but we do look for a candle to come pumping to the upside. As you can see, huge, tremendous support here that happened. And what was the support price for it? 20,500 for Bitcoin. So we'll pay attention to even that as a resistance level, because you can see it even right here coming into October. Well, that price played a factor. I don't know if you've seen that. And once again, as I said, it played a factor. Well, it was the high peak, 20,500. As once again, as you can see here, before we fell massively, 20,500. So as we proceed to come back and hopefully fight the bears that are really shorting and leveraging, if we don't get the next fall, hopefully within the next few hours or so, we could be talking about this being the bottom. If not, we'll find out very shortly if there is one more fall. And as you can see here, what is it, the daily? One more fall, ladies and gentlemen, would result in disaster. And I don't believe we're going to do that. So as you can see here from the chart, if we followed it, it would take us all the way down. And I want you to see how crazy this looks before we go, because this is a really long video. I didn't expect to do this. And there it is. So if you see the fall, let me move it over to where the candles are, where it would make sense for us to fall. If you see the fall that we previously got November 22nd, this is why I do the favorite part of the video at the end, because most people can't last to the end of the video. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. What price is that price that we are falling to? Well, it's about where I say 11.5. So don't know if you're paying attention, definitely to mention, but Wall Street Pete does believe that this is always the scenario for Bitcoin. Always a possibility. I am going to be hoping that the order fills. Will it happen? I am not Nostradamus, but if it does, I'm trying to tell you that I believe that there would be a nice significant bounce at that point in time. What do I see here? Well, I'll just leave it here for you and your kids at home to have fun with. You kids at home, not your kids. No kids should be trading crypto. But this is what I kind of see. This is what I kind of believe is happening. As you can see here, coming in on that green dotted line, and then the resistance would be somewhere over here again, ultimately breaking back and keeping us here. Now, if we could break above the line of what price, it would probably be 14.4 if we fell to the 11.5. So now I'm going to tell you the price. If we fell to this price, right? Where would we have to see to be positive coming back? It would have to be somewhere around this price to be comfortable that we are heading to the right spot. So looking at this chart, looking at this pattern, this is kind of something I think can happen. Doesn't mean it's going to, but how many times have we said this and then all of a sudden something crazy like this did happen? Would be pretty cool. We could take us all the way to 30,000. That would be amazing, but I doubt it. There'd be so much resistance and other things happening, you wouldn't believe it. So pay attention to the levels. Pay attention to the prices I have up here. They're not just for fun. A lot of this stuff is real. This can happen now. So pay attention to what I'm saying. Left right here. We can move it down a little. That's what I meant to do. Shoot. Left shoulder there. And then coming in here, maybe that looks a little better. There you go. So that's kind of what we're looking at. As you can see here, the dotted line, this price, I wish I could make this smaller. Can I make this smaller? Yeah, I can. One more. All right, so all this here, let me get rid of the prices because they're kind of annoying. But if you pay attention to these levels here, what I'm showing you, these are all possibilities I think can happen. Coming in would leave us probably here. I have an order to fill at that price. if Bitcoin can get there, this is the dotted line. This is the trend. The trend is your friend. This is the pattern that we're pretty much going into. I know you see it. I know you see it. Can this be the bottom? It sure can. We can definitely start climbing back up to here. But as you can see right here, 16.5 is a big important price on this dotted line here. I don't know if you see the dotted line coming into the right shoulder, hopefully resulting into a reversal. This is a head and shoulders pattern to the reversal. If you were to come back and pay attention to the big picture here, well, then your head would probably, your mind would explode when I broke it down to you in this kind of formation. This is something similar I see here, which is a bullish, right? This is the bullish situation, which then you would come down, and now maybe you see it better here. This is what happened. This is 69,000, and now maybe this is probably the best part of the video, and you're excited, you're glad you got here to the end and watched the end. 20-minute video breakdown of how Bitcoin could possibly be at the end here, coming into 2023. I'm excited very much. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder coming in. This is a daily chart if you want to play with it around for yourself. Then obviously, as you can see here, we start the left shoulder coming in with an inverted, possibly all the way to down here. We would then get the right shoulder coming in. Look how many days this is going to take. So it's already July before we're coming back and fighting 21,000. It makes so much sense to me. Can this not happen? Of course it cannot happen. This is not going to be precise. My point is it's going to take a little bit for Bitcoin to recover. And this is kind of the scenario and kind of the pattern that needs to be laid out. This is kind of like the format, right? This is kind of everything, the blueprint. I believe that this is what it's going to take. This is some of the stuff that's going to happen. It's going to take a while. People aren't just going to wake up tomorrow, 2023, and go, oh, it's the new year. I believe in Bitcoin. Santa Claus is gone. Now it's time for some real things to believe in. No. So pay attention. People are going to start investing in the new year. People, obviously, their portfolios, they take their risk. They sell their investments. They sell their investments, and pretty much what happens at that point in time, you already know. They start buying again. So let's talk about what's happening. Let's see what's going on in the next video. I'm pretty excited. Let me know if you're excited. I want to talk about some of the assets, some of the crypto tokens that are in here in the top 50. I have about 8 of them I want to talk about. Can you guess what 8 assets Wall Street Pete is going to break down? I would love to hear your thoughts. I have 8 cryptocurrency assets. As you know, Avalanche is one of them. Let's not kid around. But in the top 50 and the top 70, I have about, and I want to say it again, I have about 8 of them I love. And I want you to pay attention to which ones they could possibly be. You tell me in the chat what you think about the video. Was this helpful at all? I hope it was. If not, I'm very sorry. But this channel is all about the positivity. Talking about the crypto news, keeping you up to date, right? We consult, we talk with our followers, which are the wolves. So if you're new to the channel, this is the wolves of Wall Street trying to kick the bears' asses and get back on track, right? This is what we're trying to do every day, talking about the crypto news. I wouldn't short this right now. Yeah, have I shorted before? Of course. But now is not the time. I believe now is the time to dollar cost average in. So the gentleman used to work on the New York Mercantile Exchange here. Love and miss this place very much. It is now the Van Gogh Museum. Would you believe that, Shiznick? Can't stand it that I say that every time, but yes, this place is now the Van Gogh Museum with no windows. Good morning, Stephen. This is the end of the video. If you're excited to watch the whole video, please pay attention. I do believe that we help some people out with this video every day, as we do all the time. Not an expert, not a financial advisor, just a gentleman who likes to wear the visor. Have a wonderful day. Have a happy new year. And, don't start the new me, new year bullshit now. You could be positive for New Year's. That's a great idea. As I tell many people, till the next video, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, wake up in the morning, right? And you're kind of feeling sluggish. Put your headphones on. Put on a good beat. Get yourself in a better attitude. Then put your feet back down on the floor. I guarantee you that might change your whole day. Mark, it's nice to still see you in here. I hope you have a happy new year. I hope all your goals and your family and everyone and all the wolves, I hope all of your families are very safe. And I hope you have some positive vibes going in there. Because please, you need to have positive vibes today. You know why? It's hard as AF out there. It's hard as AF out there. It really is. I'm not going to lie. And if you're not fighting, and if you're not saying to yourself, I'm going to grab them by the balls, then you're probably going to be the one that's getting grabbed by the balls. So I don't want to see that happen to no one. Just stay positive, my friends. Until the next video, we're going to talk about my top 8. I hope you're excited for the top 8. Stay tuned to the next video as soon as we have it. If you don't know how the heck we're going to be around for the next video, you need to hit the bell button, the subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. We will talk about it. You may be excited. You can then come back and talk to us about it. Have a great day.